It is this one. You always have me there, Professor. But as you know, this puzzle is flawed and unsolvable. Eek. Is that so? Yes, I tried several solutions, but none work given the conditions you set forth. Oh really? Tell me, did I ever state that the 4 cards of the table contain 1 card from each suit? So you're saying that there's no spade? Oh. Professor, this is a trick question, but it makes a pertinent point. In the puzzle you issued me, you failed to specify the 4 cards, including 1 from each suit. When you leave in a loophole like that, it can make the puzzle unsolvable. The same ominous can also open the door to an alternate solution. You intentionally presented me with a puzzle that, when examined closely, isn't actually incomplete. The real test you set out to me was seeing if it catch on, was it not?
It seems you're the genuine article, Professor.
I'm glad to see that I've finally convinced you.
Yay!
To be honest, I was convinced from the beginning. But I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to pit myself against my mentor in a battle of wits.
I'm flattered, I suppose.
Out with it already! Why did you call us here?
There are too many eyes on us here. There's a supply room in the back where we can talk. Follow me. A young man called himself Luke Triton turns out to be an older Luke from 10 years in the future. He wrote to his mentor and friend to request help. Professor Layton, Luke, welcome to London of the future. So not convinced? You met with Dr. Trader, didn't you? What did you think after seeing him? I'm sure you noticed the toll that time is taken on a good doctor. Yes, that seemed to be the case. And what of fair London itself? You walked around enough to see how it transformed. Can you imagine a 24-hour casino in the sleepy part of town 10 years ago? Everything's changed so much. What happened to the city? A genius appeared. An evil genius returned the city on its air. Oh, I know where this is going. Don Paolo took over the city, didn't he? Don Paolo? I'm talking about a truly brilliant man. Someone the three of us all know quite well. Well, if it's not Don Paolo, then who is it? It is... Descalay. What do you think, Professor? I'm not sure. I'll let you say that. Who is it? I've got to know. His name is Herschel Layton. The evil genius is you, Professor. Oh. Just dies suddenly. What? I was afraid you'd say that. The compass will be right. I was about to say there's no mistake here. They call him the devil in the top hat, and he rules London from the shadows. This is common knowledge to everyone in London. The city of future London is under the control of an evil Layton, who is using the family to enforce his authorities. The silent professor, who looks the same as his future self, is enough to speak fear to the townspeople. Tell me more, Luke. More? I don't know anymore. Do you do, Professor? Now, referring to the other Luke. Goodness, this is getting rather complicated, isn't it? Tell me, Luke, how did you rise to rule all over London? Where to begin? Here, Professor, surely you remember this. Of course, this is not about the incident that happened just the other day. Ah, yes, to you too. I suppose it was just the other day. However, it's been a full 10 years since that fateful day. Whoa. It was a dark period for London. You see, the Prime Minister vanished, leaving Parliament in utter chaos. Yeah, everyone in Parliament is in a state of panic. In our time, I mean. Professor, you yourself witnessed an accident that changed London forever. The demonstration was a total failure. Yes, both the organizer and the scientist. You and Dr. Stangen? Yes, that's right. Several people, including those two, disappeared in the blast. It seems likely the force of the explosion killed them. They represented a few of Dr. Stangen's assistants vanished in the blast as well. Let's start with the papers. What would you say that I thought... But what would you say if I thought you Stangen was still alive? I'd say it's impossible. Well, they'd be wrong. Dr. Stangen escaped the blast, but decided to go into hiding to avoid fallout from the experiment. When I'm responsible for the loss of a national leader, desperate for a place to lay low, the doctor was given shelter from an unlikely person. You, Professor. Me? Why would I aid a man responsible for this pandemonium? My question exactly. In months that followed the explosion, you slowly grew distant from me. Before long, you began fraternizing with key figures of the criminal underworld. Professor, never? The Professor? Never. Don't be sincere, Luke. Time is a way of changing people, Luke. It was clear that something about Stango's research captivated you, Professor. You couldn't stop talking about time travel. You seemed possessed by the idea of changing the past. Changing the past? Dr. Stango was very interested in continuing his research, but he didn't finish your backing to do it. So he used his superior intellect to assume control of London's underworld. No way. Of course, there was those who tried to stop you, but no one was a match for your smarts. Before long, you were ranking the pound from all sorts of dirty business. With all the funding you needed, it wasn't long before Stein completed his work. Completed it, you say? That's right, he bought a time machine in Midland Road Clock Shop. That's where it's completed is an odd persuasive words, as the machine is far from complete. How so? It doesn't allow us to select a destination, nor whether it will appear in the flow of time. You represent a hole of sorts between two areas of time. You mean a wormhole? Precisely, and by sheer chance, the time machine opened a wormhole in a clock shop that spans the 10 years between our times. This gives the ability to move back and forth between your present and mine. So use the wormhole to get the message to us and to bring us here. But one thing is bothering me, this wormhole was obviously very important to my future self. Surely the Layton is there, must keep a close eye on this place. How do you get access to it? I get that, but right now, there's more pressing business I'd like to attend to. Go on then, tell us why you called us here. Always one step ahead of me. You haven't lost your touch, Professor. I wish to enlist your help in stopping the future Herschel Layton. I would stop myself. Even as we speak, future Layton is racing to complete a fully operational time machine. He's been ducking back into the past to get every bright scientist working in time travel. But why bother going back through time to find specific scientists? There will be plenty here. Actually, many of these experts in the field were lost in Dr. Stango's demonstration with Ari. Therefore, Lieutenant had no choice but to travel back to before the blast in order to gather talent. Things are bad already. But if Layton managed to build a working time machine, there's no telling what could happen. So let's stop him from completing this scheme. But the only person up to the challenge is me. That is why you were going to say, isn't it? Exactly. We have to fight fire with fire. No one else can stand a chance. No one else stands a chance against him. Jesus Christ. But now I'm familiar with my current surroundings, and I have no clue where to find a man. And that's one obstacle we have to overcome together. Layton's actions are shrouded in secrecy. But if his place is well known, we can start a search for him there. You mean the casino is in the future prison headquarters? No, the city is one of his many ways he makes money. His actual headquarters is in the heart of Chinatown. Let's visit the place, see if we can learn something more. Just so you know, Luke, there's still quite a bit that I find dubious about the situation. Much seem clear, but the only way to get the bottom of this is meet the man claiming to be me. So I figured my brief explanation wouldn't be enough to convince you, Professor. Don't forget, I'm coming too. Of course you are. If I can't count on myself for help, who can I count on? Thinking about what you just said makes me feel kind of dizzy. Well, if you get used to it soon, I'm going to need your help getting to the bottom of this all. Oh yes, and there's one more interesting fact you should know about, Professor. Yes? There's no record of a scientist matching this Stango's name and description. The name is fake. Really now? Here he was. He made an effort to hide his real identity from the people at the demonstration. Now that you mention it, few people at the demonstration seem to know the man. What motivated Stango to use a false name? Just what was he planning? An interesting question. We'll hopefully answer along the way. It doesn't make any sense. What do you think, Professor? We can talk more as we go. For now, we need to head back to Flatstone Street. Okay, we solved 2. We gained 2 more. First of all, Future Professor Layton. The future Professor Layton is a crime lord to terrorize London with his gang of thugs, known and feared by Londoners as the devil in the top hat. How could this model English gentleman have turned into such a monster? Who is Dr. Sanger? Dr. Sanger is a scientist who unveiled the time machine, but no records exist of a scientist by that name. He must be using an alias to hide his real identity. So who is he? A letter from the future. Grown-up Luke used the time machine to send the letter back 10 years in time. In the letter, this Luke requests Telepress's help in rescuing future London from chaos. Apart from that, the family. These shady characters are members of a gang called the Family. That's led by the future Professor Layton.
Oh, there you are, boss!
Oh,
Oi! What are you doing wearing the boss's getup? This your idea of a joke?
no, not at all.
Come to think of it, I don't think I've seen any of you round here before.
Yes, well, we don't often get a chance to visit this fine establishment of yours.
Dunno about that, but I'm gonna need you to come with me for some questioning. This way, you three.
Professor, run away while you can!
Oh no!
Quickly, you two, this way.
Don't let him escape! Yeah? Don't let him escape!
We're surrounded, Professor!
Calm yourself, Luke. I have a plan.
Wait! Where are you going? Ah!
Do you see a way out of this?
I do, but I'll need your help.
This ends up with puzzle number 028, the slot machine gun. Which, in my opinion, is one of my most favorite puzzles in this entire game. It's sad, like it's very easy, like this.
I've got a good feeling about this one. Well, that's settled.
Jackboard, let the counter-strike begin.
We can't win this fight! More back, boys! More back!
I'd say that was a close one.
We gave them a taste of their own medicine.
Funny, I don't remember you helping.
Look, you're me, so that means I get some credit for assisting.
Oh, is that so?
That's very interesting logic.
You're going to do a course for a token, big score. Well done. Chapter 3, the enigmatic future. So, Mr. Triton, where are we headed? Look, please call me anything but Mr. Triton. It's really strange being called that by myself. Jesus. It's pretty awkward for me too, but what else am I supposed to call you? I don't see why they both couldn't be called Luke. Do you need to distinguish, should the need arise to distinguish you two apart, you can be Big Luke, you Little Luke. I'm not too keen on Little Luke, but it beats all the confusion. Whatever you say goes, Professor. It's supposed to make your acquaintance again, Little Luke. Oh no, the pleasure's not mine, Big Luke. Hehe, now, where were we? Oh yes, there's something that I need to check up on. Professor, on your way to the casino, do you pass the restaurant or the shopping arcade? Notice I'm an exit to the arcade. That's the one. We're out there first, if anyone is waiting for us there. Just a little further, Luke. We're almost at the arcade now. I know, we walked through here earlier. Oh right, of course you did. You mentioned that before, didn't you? Yeah. Hey, you know, there's something I've been wondering about. What's on your mind? Well, a time machine able to take people at any point in time could really change the world. Not just that, it could improve people's lives. Yes, it really has the potential to do that. So even though this machine could do so much for people, you want to stop it from being made? Think about this scenario. Imagine there's this bully who's always giving you trouble. Go on. Now let's say you had the time machine we'll be talking about. Would you go back in time when a bully was a bratty 5-year-old and whirl on him? Of course not, that'd be cruel. Of course you wouldn't, because you've got a good heart. But imagine that someone less kind could do with that machine like that. I guess I never thought of it that way. We've got to stop that machine from being built. Look, there's the restaurant. Is the place in mind, Big Luke? Yes, this is the one. Let's head in. Look, do you see the man in black over there? Does he seem familiar to you? Yeah, he's the one who brought us a letter from you. So you waiting, Shipley? No, just got a moment to go myself. Glad you all met before. I don't think you've ever had a proper introduction. This is a good friend, Shipley. Shipley has played a vital role in the effort to bring you and Little Luke to our time. Pleased to meet you, Shipley. Likewise, Professor, I'm so sorry I had to be so brief with you when we last met. Luke told me I shouldn't share the details till he had the chance to speak with you himself. Don't give it another thought. Luke needed to test this before sharing the details of his plan. Timmy, did you manage some reconnaissance work in Chinatown, as I asked? I did indeed, Luke. The filthy stomach Layton. Apologies, Professor. That would be the evil Layton I'm referring to. Professor's private situation. Do continue. As you know, the towering pagoda located in Chinatown, apparently evil Layton is holding the scientists captive there. It seems he has them working on something day and night. So scientists are in the tower itself. This is going to make things very difficult. Jesus. I also heard another peculiar rumor was about town. Yes? Was that the Prime Minister who disappeared 10 years ago is being held up there too. What? Bill Hawks. Remember seeing the day of the accident? He was missing for 10 years. Do you suppose evil Layton might have abducted the Prime Minister in addition to all the scientists? We don't know until we check the facts for ourselves. Big Luke, you seemed apprehensive at the moment. The towering pagoda. What is this place? The towering pagoda is the family stronghold, and it sits by a sea of warehouses in Chinatown. To come get madness, the whole of Chinatown is controlled almost exclusively by the family. That means even getting within walking distance won't be easy. Be that as it may, we need to head to the source of this mountain if we are to uncover the truth. Can you guide us safely to the tower? If it's only a place like that, it's going to take a bit of preparation. Why don't I split up for a bit to see if I can secure a safe route to the tower for us. Go to set out to town to help me. Shipley can tell you how to get there that far, alright? Very well. Good, now I need to get moving. Be careful out there. Wow, we should go in a hurry. Shipley, we need to get to Chinatown. What's the best way there? Let's see, the best way is to head back north on Flatstone Street. As you make your way to the casino, there's a small set of stairs that go off to the right. Did you see them before? Ah, yes, now I mentioned it. I do recall passing an area that fits the description. Good, head up those stairs and follow the narrow path at the top until you hit a riverbank. From there, just follow the path you're on and you'll take it straight into Chinatown. You're not going with us, Shipley? I wish I could, but I've got to stay here and wait for word from your older self. Very well, thank you for your assistance, Shipley. Come, Luke, we mustn't dilly-dally here. Take care of yourselves out there. If you're into trouble, you can always find me here. Well then. Well then. Right, let's move on.
Here you go.
What's this now?
Open it and see.
A hat?
For the newly appointed professor. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a fully fledged member of the academic community now. So you've got to look the part. Very dashing, Herschel. The picture of a true gentleman.
A true gentleman?
No, leave it on. It suits you. It really does. So no taking it off. Oh, look at the time. I didn't realize how late it was. I have to go to the lab. We're running a very important experiment today. Let's continue this celebration over dinner tonight. Oh, and promise me you'll wear the hat. It's not your usual style, but keep an open mind. After all, isn't that what a gentleman does?
Aww. See, the professor, wasn't it the same woman we saw earlier? I suppose it was. You seem distracted, Professor. Are you alright? What was that? Oh, right, I'm fine. If you say so. Oh, look at that. I bet these are the stairs Shipley mentioned. I could have sworn that was Claire, but it couldn't be. What is it? The Prime Minister who's disappeared 10 years ago is being held up here there too. Perhaps the Prime Minister wasn't abducted 10 years ago. Could have been brought to the future, like look at me. Oh, for fuck's sake. If so, then maybe that was Claire. No, it defies all logic. Claire can't be here. After the full day, there's no way. Miss Sherman, the woman who looks uncannily like Professor Layton's old sweetheart Claire is wandering around town. Who could she be? The best the bronze statue depicts some sort of local hero. I'm going to have a quick look. Seriously, the man in the statue has the same hat as yours. Ah, so he does. You're the man in the statue. Does that mean you're the boy there? Haha, he doesn't look a thing like me. Oh, that's the original statue. Let's see. See if friend there was some sort of famous art for. An art for, you say, not a professor? Can you imagine if he was? Now that'd be quite a coincidence. Let's see what else it says. The fellow used to write big, complicated books, but that's all changed because of the boy here. When the boy was sick, and to cheer him up, the man wrote an adventures novel for people of all ages. I guess the book was so successful they went on to write more of them. What a heartwarming story. Oh, but that's not all, Professor. Here, I'll read you the rest. In the end, the little boy was taken by his illness. However, the extraordinary friendship between the author and the boy would remain forever. I can't believe how sad that ending is. There, it's not all bad, my boy. It sounds like two found true friendship in each other. Some people go through their lives without experiencing that. I suppose so. It's still sad, though. look here, it says, in memory of an extraordinary and everlasting friendship. Would it be wonderful if our friendship grew to those heights? What do you mean if? Our friendship is already extraordinary and everlasting. Now, Luke, I didn't mean to ruffle your feathers. You're right, we're very good friends. You're not upset, aren't you? Are you? Why would I ever be upset? Anyway, we'd better get going. Oh dear. Is this really the straight way to Chinatown? It's awfully dirty and dark. Where's the apprehension? That's the place for you, my boy. You really scared? No way. I just want to get out of here. Let's go. Now, Luke, don't just run up. Be careful, you can slip. Whoa. Ow, 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 ow. Oh dear, now what did I just tell you? Professor, are you smiling right now? Smiling? Me? Certainly not. Are you quite alright? I just banged my knee a little. I'll walk it off. Oh good, I was worried for a moment. Let's go. Looks like we're on the right track. Here's the river Thames. Indeed, and looks as majestic as ever. I suppose some parts of London never change, even after 10 whole... Hey, that wasn't there before. I see you noticed too, Luke. That's the biggest ladder I've ever seen. It sure wasn't there before. It's the most pristine condition, so it must have really been built fairly recently. This rally contains one of the most annoying puzzles in the entire game. Yikes, it broke. Well, what do you expect me? You got panicking about everything. But it wasn't even tapping it at heart. Luke. Sorry, I probably should be more careful. I agree, now let's see what kind of damage you've caused here. What's this? I believe it's so interesting. Well, let's have a look what's on the other side. But isn't it trespassing, Professor? Right up. I sense where this leads. Camille, Professor, the casino staff will not be happy about this if they find out. You're sure a worry about Luke? Oh yeah, but I still think we should leave him right away. I always thought there was a puzzle there. The door seems to be locked. Sure. Why do I not remember that? I thought there was always a puzzle there, but... Sure. Good day, you two. Isn't the view here positively glorious? Yes, quite nice. There's nothing short of breathtaking. Mr. Professor, look at this guy. Do you suppose he could be part of the family? Now you listen, boy. I'm standing right here. If you have something to say it to my face. What's more, I don't appreciate being associated with those drably dressed ruffians. Look at this suit, boy. Do you see this? That's the work. It was custom made in Italy. Italy, I say. I'm sorry, sir. I meant no offense. It was foolish of me to think you were part of that bunch. As long as you acknowledge your mistake, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones this once. But just so there's no doubt as to when, I'll introduce myself. Before you stand London's most distinguished, dashing, and the bonner man. The name's Graham. I would say to remember the name, but I know you never forget it. You got it, Graham. London's most distinguished, dashing, and then I forgot the last part, but don't forget the name, I promise. Oh, hello there. So, do you happen to know if this is the way to Chinatown? Yeah, this probably will take you right. Will take you there, probably. Probably. Have you taken this path before? No way. I just got this feeling that something could happen to me down there. Something bad. Like what if I run into Tony? They look up messy fast. I'm better just staying here and solving puzzles. It looks like one of like the I had a geek. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, look, I'm going looking around there. How many goons there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Here's
Practically
my
9.
answer. I knew it!
Correct. There are 9 goons creeping about. Oh god. Here's your puzzle. Catching up. You're not part of the family down. They're not too bright, see? Of course though, we're no family goons. I'm Luke, and this man here is the famous Professor Layton. Ah! Layton, you say? Of course he's not a family goon. He's dead, Huncho. Help! Somebody help me! Oops, I wrote the name Layton that's scared the socks of people in this time. Yes, it's a virtue, but people seem to think I'm a criminal. On a more interesting note, to take a look at the ground, Luke. The roots would belong to the man who just ran off. I figure his feet and pants were all wet, but why? It's a bit chilly to be out there for a swim, don't you think? Indeed, so how did he get all wet? Wet clothes. Mine and white laboratory coats seem to be all over this town, but the odd thing is that their trousers and shoes are always soaking wet. Why on earth would they be walking around with London with wet feet? I don't know. You know, Professor, all the trees here, this is actually kind of creepy. So, Luke, are you afraid of bumping into a ghost? Oh, come on, Professor, I know you would never believe in something so scientific. Or scientific, you say? Yeah, there's no proof that ghosts exist, nothing based on fact anyway. That's, and as a man of science, naturally, you don't fear something as serious ghost, right? Well, maybe just a little. I'll bet you have behind a packed up bloom.
So, go on. Get to it.
I could actually solve this one. Puzzle number 016. What day is it to? It's 7 days after 70 days ago was a Sunday. 7 days before 70 days from today. Without the week, Sunday.
Here's my answer.
That was easy.
Phew, that's a relief.
That's it. Sunday's correct. 1 week is 7 days. So if you're ever asked what was X days ago or what day is X days from today, as long as X is divisible by 7, the answer will always be the same day as today. Psst, hey there, you two. Go to look about. Do you want to know where you are? I confess we do not. It's a first time passenger here. Listen, I could be wrong, but it looks like you're two upstanding citizens. I'm an seller, so I'll cue you two in. You're standing right on top of a black market bazaar. Black market? Wow. Wow is right, kid. We saw a lot of weird stuff out there, and no one questions where it comes from. If it was me and this shiny loafers of yours, I'd get my head down and move as quickly as I can. Yes, that seems prudent. Before you go though, tell me, why do people come all the way here out here to do their shopping? Listen kid, the things are still here, well let's just say you won't find them at a supermarket. Come to the bazaar and who can say what treasures you'll find? So you're dealing in antiques and other rare items? I think we've asked enough questions for the day, Luke. Let's move on, shall we? You need to be careful, and if you're ever in the market for something hard to locate, swing by. Do I need to talk to these two? Oh, what do you think you two are doing? No one passes through this gate here. Now clear out, or we'll be having more than a word with each other. I see. No, Tim, they're just not a pair of brutes. Don't you agree? Professor, what are you thinking about? Tell me, Luke, did this remind you of anyone we know? Hmm? It's not examiners, but they do bear no semblance to the pair of fellows we know. Of course, you talk about Inspector Chalmers and Barton. And the students are quite striking, don't you think? A big guy in charge? Check. Short assistant? Check. So he tells me the inspector wouldn't take kindly to being told he resembles a criminal. Speaking of the inspector, did his presence at the event seem at all odd to you? The event, do you mean the time machine demonstration? Is I suppose the police inspector was invited to an event like that in the first place? Well, he's got quite a few tough cases. Maybe his celebrity status got him invited. Yes, I assume the same thing. After all, pseudo-celebrity status is what got you a mere ticket. Pseudo-celebrity? Nonsense. You're the great Professor Layton. You're very model of a modern-day distinguished gentleman. I had to say it, Luke, but I think you're the one who'd heap the kind of praise for me. From what I saw, almost everyone knows part of London's upper class or the media. The inspector and I were clear exceptions to an otherwise harmonious list of names. So the question looms before us. Why did Dr. Stang and whoever he is invited the inspector and me? Why I wouldn't give to hear the inspector's take on the event. Yes, it's about we have to go back to our own time to ask him. Wait a second. What if the inspector's still working here in the future? Professor, there you are. Ah, hello, Luke. I'll get a bit over here as I run up. Did you say you'd like to meet up with the inspector? Yes, ideally, we would like to meet him back in our time, where the events of 10 years still fresh. I think we can make that happen. But how? Let's continue this conversation away from prying eyes, shall we? Why don't we head over to the hooded area by the, to the west? Damn, I don't think anyone is likely to have heard us here. Is that there is a way for us to visit the inspector and exist in our own time? I can only imagine that means returning to the present. Is that possible? Indeed, Professor, but the only way to do is to use the wormhole in the clock shop. But the door to the place is bolted shut. How do we get in? That's the only problem. I can get the door open for you. Strange, why do you have such easy access to the wormhole? I promise I'll explain everything when we get there. Please trust me on this. But for now, let's return to the clock shop on Maitland Road. What about our plan to head to Chinatown? Now we have to go on the back burner for now. The situation has changed. Chapter 4, Back to the Present. Sorry. So when the lighthouse on the Thames built? About 5 or so years ago. Did anyone complain about the lighthouse peculiar location? Being a structure like that in the middle of the Thames seems like it would do more harm than good. You make a good point, Professor. But enough chat about the city. We need to make for the clock shop. Oh, thank goodness you stopped. The most determined gentleman in London requires your assistance. Oh no. Okay. What's the matter? It's about the bird over there. The natural creature swooped down and plucked my best cuff links right off my sleeves. Jesus. What bird? Where's the bird this fellow was talking about? Oh wow, a parrot. Don't just stand there gaping. Grab the awful thing before he gets away. You may not have noticed, sir, but we're in a bit of a hurry here. Let's see yourself, Luke. Then you remember what the professor always says? How many people need to suit you of every gentleman? I suppose you got me there. Very well, let's think. This bird clearly likes shiny objects. Tell me, sir, do you have anything shiny you can borrow for a moment? Of course, what sort of gentleman would I be with proper accoutrements? I carry out with garnets, for I need to accessorize with a flash. Oh dear. What's wrong? Of course, my guard's fallen to the bottom of my back and I can't reach it. You're not making it very easy to help you, sir. Puzzle number 038. Claudia's back. Our garnet's fallen to the bottom of down Claudia's back. Can you slide around to the items? Oh shit. Sure. Hmm. There
This
we
puzzle
go.
has met its match. Puzzling? I think not.
Great, so look at the sparkling gem. Ah, there we are. When you look, this flashy bubble will attract a feathery fellow. When it gets close, see if you can make friends. Leave it to me. Right, then, here goes. Ark! Here he comes. Ah, Skashka. Sorry, little guy, we won't hurt you. No, you don't say. The boy seems pretty keen on you. Are you friends now? Of course. Now that you're friends, why don't you give him a name? No, that's a great idea, Professor, but what should I name him? Well, I always went for the name Hunter. Unlike every animal so far. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Hunter. Hello back at you, I'm Luke. Nice to meet you too, Hunter. Well done, Luke, that was amazing. Of course, what else would you expect from an apprentice of the great Professor Layton? Yay! You have a new feathered friend, Hunter, the parrot. The parrot minigames went out to the trunk. First let the parrot play with Luke to learn the basics. Once you've done that, you'll have a chance to lots more of your parrot pal, whatever. Big Gav, as you call it, that feathery menace. What fine young men you two are. Keep at it, and one day, you may well become a true gentleman like myself. We're glad we could help. Here you go. I believe these cufflinks and the garnets are yours. Oh yes, there we are. These ones, I believe are definitely handsome than before. I believe you two young men deserve something for your trouble. Oh, there's really no need, sir. Yes, he's right. Helping people is reward enough for any gentleman. Let's take the path on the left up here. The left? Will it make his way... Will the way take us back to Midland Road as well? It will, and in half the time. We'll just to the other side of the door. I'll run out and open it. Hey! The door's locked. Locked? Look at me, step aside, Luke. I'll get it open. Strange, it is locked. Look here, you two. There's an unusual set of numbers embedded in this door. Number 040. Missing tiles. There, place 4 numbered tiles in a blank space so that all the conditions set for... Okay, sure. I'm just thinking about something. 9 times 6. Oh god, simple math. Oh, I did this whole chart out of my head. Like I had to for school like 2 times so far. Like once years ago and once like very recently. Like I already forgotten it. So I need my calculator. So 9 times 6 is 54. 7 times 8. No, it's a difference. Fuck! Also, you can't do very big numbers here. Two times 3 is the same as 1 plus 5. 2 plus 3 is the same as 1 times 5.
This puzzle has met its match. Puzzling? I think not.
Brilliant. Here's one possible solution. Right off the left tower, interchangeable. Since they evolve addition and multiplication, indication is visible, viable even if the two numbers on the left swap positions, or if the two position numbers on the right swap position. Wonderful work, Big Luke. I think it's a little too early for graduation press, so the door still won't open. Because I wasn't keeping the door shut. What is? Well, I suppose it's time for plan B. It might seem like too simple for solution. Would you help me to shove the door? So it's easy to run out of other options anyway. Ready, everyone, all together. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oof. Who's that sprawled out on the street? It's hard to believe, but this fellow must have fallen asleep against the door. That gives you every person has an answer, even if the answer is just brute force. I'm making fun of the the answer's coming right at us and Luke's right. Hey, why'd you kick down my napping door? Not I did it to hurt, but you woke me up. We're terribly sorry, so please understand that yeah, you were there. Oh, hey, didn't realize it was you. Look, forget this or anything. I'm just feeling kind of crazy, so I'm just going to head home now. I should have driven that poor man off again. I wouldn't fret over it too much, Professor. I need to get moving towards the clock shop. We're just about there. There's the shop door. The door was locked earlier and no one would answer it when we knocked. That's because you didn't know the secret knock. Watch this. Come on in. Go on, try the door now. It doesn't look like anyone's here. Well, Luke is back. Ah, what are you doing hiding there? I see you lit the secret knock, dearie. Actually, it was me. It was I who did the secret knock spring. Is Cock around? There you are, Luke. Cock's in the back room. Oh, you're friends with the owners of the clock shop, Luke? I suppose I neglected to mention it earlier. Spring and Cock have been helping me. Cock explains the situation better than I do, so you should ask him about it. Alright. Let's hear what he has to say. I thought I had voices up front. Nice to see you again, Professor, and Luke, the Wizard's apprentice. Yes, that's Luke, of course. Cook, would you mind talking a bit about the Ronald and how it all started? I think it would help get everyone on the same page. It'd be my pleasure. You're the Luke, I'm the smaller Luke that is. Yes? So anyway, what does this contraption Miami look like to you? A big old clock. Right you are. By my estimates, this clock is well over 100 years old. The old guy needs a lot of TLC to keep chugging along, and I spent quite a bit of time on maintenance. I was right in the middle of oiling upper gears one day when two family goons busted in. Here we go, this got to be the place the boss was talking about. Hey boss, there's a big clock here, just like I said. It's UNT, come on over and see. Just what do you two think you're doing barging into my shop? And get your hands off my clock. Kinda crumbs, you don't get to tell us what to do. Don't you know who you're dealing with? Yeah, a bunch of blockheads who won't leave my shop. If I were you, I'd keep a civil tongue in my head, old man. Now out of the way, we've got a schedule to keep. What are you two clowns prancing around for? Get to work. If you don't hurry, things won't be ready by the time you know who talked about. Sorry, Boss Joe, we're trying the best, but the commissar is making things difficult. Don't be a lunkhead, you know how to do with difficult. Throw him out in the street. Let me go, you dirtbags. We're just gonna go for a little wall crimes, that's okay with you, isn't it? You get your filthy hands off my clock, you hear me? We're just about on schedule. We have to wait to turn this thing on until it's the exact time the big guy mentioned. That's all there before this brute stuffs me out of my own shop. It wasn't until late that I found out what the folks want for my little clock shop. So they funded the construction of a time machine by some scientists. I think the idea was to use it to create some kind of wormhole or warp point. But how they managed to do that? Beats me, it was all mumbo jumbo, something about opening up a vortex in flow of time. Anyway, for whatever reason, the plan didn't go exactly as they anticipated. I see, and somehow this hole in time manifested itself in or near this clock of yours. That be the case, yes, the clock has been here taken away for over 100 years. My guess that something about the clock's age caused this warp. Point to gravitate to the spot. The normal, or whatever it's called, was pulled here and became part of my clock. The thing is, I'm the one who can keep that old car running. Which means, like it or not, Spring and I are the only people who can open and close this wormhole. That's really strange. It's a burden, it is what it is. But when they found out about what I could do, they forced me to work the clock for them. After a while, I can't win the clock situation. I'm sure it goes without saying, but clock isn't part of the family. In fact, the family's been nothing but a source of trouble for poor Clock. It sounds that way. Knowing that, I approached Clock and Spring and explained my idea to them. After getting them on board with my idea, Clock fired up the machine and helped get my message to you. And upon receiving a letter, my curiosity took myself a look on a journey to let us here. And that's quite a plan you trimmed up, Big Luke. Thank you, but it's all about to get even more interesting. Oh? Professor, with Clock's help, we can send you and little Luke back to your own time. You would expect to tell me all the questions you want. When you're done chatting, you'll come back to put a stop to what's going on here, won't you? Luke, you of all people should know the answer to the question. I gave you a promise, and I intend to solve the problem here. It's what a gentleman would do. Thank you, Professor. That was exactly the answer I was hoping for. Why wouldn't I dream of leaving things here in this state? You said it yourself, Big Luke. The only one who can stop Herschel Layton is Herschel Layton himself. Haha, quite right. My apologies. I should never have doubted you. You still don't seem to have explored London very thoroughly. If you don't think I'm in the case, you need to do more research. Exactly how much research do we need to do? Tell you what, come back with yourself 30 puzzles, and I'll return you to their own time. Alright, then Cock, you've been in this plan longer than we have. I trust your judgment. We'll see if we can find more puzzles out there to solve. Really? Notice, guys, can't you see how you're standing in the middle of a construction site? It's good to see that the construction appears to be moving along. If only that were the case. See if we had a snack. Look at his boards here. That's an old tip. What are you using them for? Nothing right now. I've got cases with these things, but I can't work with them. I need square boards, see? What's a guy to do? Making the cut. Hmm. That won't work because actually. Okay. However, the two pieces can be flipped or rotated after, for fuck's sake. Hmm. Yeah, Tommy. Let's see. This wouldn't work. We also need to cut this part. Can't be flipped. It also can't be this. I'm okay. I'm just trying to figure out this blasted puzzle. Hmm. I mean, it gets flipped around. Oh, God. Okay. Flipping off this, or doing this, would also just flip it. That also wouldn't work. No, actually not. Oh wait, you're still in my brain. It doesn't work. This might be one of the only puzzles that I'm going to quickly look up. Number 43. Can't be flipped nor rotated. So you have to do this.